Go through, I'm going to use my 6 Samurai deck because I can do everything in it from Link Summon to Exceed Summon to Syncro Summon. Basically every type of summon just about with the deck. So I'm just going to go through the deck start to finish, how to use the 6 Samurai deck. This is also, really can use this for, the knowledge that I'm going to go over with this particular part of the clip of the video to use to learn just how to play the game. So I'm going to go really teach you guys how to play the game, and also by doing that too, you'll learn how the 6 Samurai deck works. And maybe if you already use it, maybe to better your deck, or maybe after this, watching this, maybe you want to build a 6 Samurai deck after watching this. So we went second, guys, which is good because we're going second deck, so that works out perfectly for us. So we'll draw. Alright, so we got some really good, we got 2 extenders, which is like fantastic for us. So we got the United, and we got the Dojo. So I'm going to go ahead and activate both of them, guys. Every time that we're going to normal summon and special summon, these cards will get counters on them. The United does max out at 2, and what it does is you can send it to the graveyard, but it has 1 or more counters on it, guys. Yet again, max of 2, and you can draw, basically cards from the deck due to that. The Dojo's very similar, but it has you can have infinite number of counters, so I can add as many counters as I normal summon or special summon 6 Samurais as we go through the stool here. And then what's going to happen is I can send it to the graveyard with that number of counters on it, then I can special summon from the deck monsters equal to the number of counters or less from the deck to my side of the field. So it's going to be very helpful. So we'll go ahead and summon out our Kaigeki. Alright, and we're going to special summon our Shinai, guys. Alright, so we're going to go into our first link summon, guys. So I'm going to break down how you link summon, because it's been a very common question that I've got on the channel. So we're going to go over how to link summon. I always go into a Zold first, and you'll see why as I go through specifically with this deck. So how to link summon, guys, I'll just kind of keep it on most of that. So to link summon, as you can see, if you read her effect at the top, you'll see where she takes 2 warrior monsters. Just need 2 warrior monsters, doesn't matter what warriors, just 2 warriors to link summon. If you'll look down at the bottom, she has a link rating 2. So that you also know it takes 2 monsters to make. If she was a link 1, it would only take 1 warrior, and it would say 1 warrior instead of 2, for example. And pay attention to the red arrows, where you see the red arrows at the bottom left and bottom right. But I'm going to go ahead and play a Zold, guys, with the cards that we have on the field. So what happens when you go to link summon, you pick the cards that you want to use for a particular summon that meets the requirements, you send them to the graveyard, guys, and then what you'll do is you'll special summon your link monster into your extra monster zone. It can be this one or this one, doesn't matter which one. I'm going to put it on this one. I do want to use a Zold's effect, guys, so her effect is going to let me add a 6 Samurai card from my deck to my hand. We'll go ahead and pull another Kaigeki, but Kaigeki can't be special summoned for the rest of this turn, which is fine. We don't plan on playing it. We're also going to use her other effect as well, guys, which I can send as many equip cards as I want. In this case, I'm going to send both of my equip cards from the deck to the graveyard. Now I can special summon a warrior monster from my deck to the field that equals that level. So we're going to bring him out. You notice we've still getting counters, guys, so we're up to 5 counters right now, so that's really good for us. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is we're going to link summon again, guys. This time I'm going to go into the main link monster for the 6 Samurai is the Battle Shogun of the 6 Samurai. If you look at his effect, it says he can only be played with 2 warrior monsters, including the 6 Samurai. So that means I need at least a warrior monster, and then also one of them has to be at least a 6 Samurai monster in order to play him. And just like before, the cards we'll use for link summon will go to the graveyard, guys. He's also a link 2. If you look down at the bottom right next to his attack points, you'll see that he's a link 2. And then we'll talk about the arrows again here in just a second. Alright, so let me go ahead and we're going to go ahead and link summon him first. So we're going to play our Battle Shogun. So we'll select both of our monsters. You notice they'll go to the graveyard. And I'll put the Battle Shogun back in the same spot as we had the previous monster, or Zold. Now when he's summoned, his effect is going to activate, which we're definitely going to use because we need it. What it does is allow us to discard a card from our hand. And then what we're going to do, guys, is I can add any, basically any one of the cards that get a counter. So obviously I'm going to add Gateway. Gateway is one of the main cards for this deck. Without Gateway, you're not really able to do anything with this deck pretty much, because this will allow you to keep, allow us to do all the moves that I'm fixing to do here in just a second. So, alright, so when you guys go to link summon, right? So now that I have a link summon, so if I want to link summon anything else, and in this case we'll say that I want to keep my battle shogun on the field, I can only link summon in this spot here, guys, where my cursor is, and then also over here. So you always look where the arrows point, guys. The arrows open up where you can link some other monsters to you. If you don't have any link monster on the field, that's why it has to go up here or over here. If your opponent's already used one of these sides, you'll have to use the other one. But as you can see, my opponent didn't have one. You can't use both, guys. There are some decks where you could kind of pull that off, but this deck that doesn't have the ability. And just normally you can only use one of the extra monster zone, but there are some decks that take advantage and basically steal the other zone, for example. But we won't get nothing into that that fancy here today, though. Alright, so what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to get rid of some of my counters, and we're going to start pulling some cards. So let's get rid of these off of United. I want to get rid of them first because remember I can only hold 2, so it's very important that I get rid of those because they're maxed out and it's not going to really do me any good. So when I'm doing them, I always want to make sure I'm removing them from them. And also Gateway too. If you guys watched my stream the other day, it's very important that you guys are removing them from Gateway because yet again it's going to be a very targeted card by your opponent. So if they have any like quick play cards or anything that's going to negate it, they're definitely going to stop your Gateway because your Gateway is your pull power. With this deck, without the Gateway, the deck's basically unplayable in a competitive type format. So I'm just going to keep doing this, guys. As you noticed, when I summoned Kaizen, I got all of my counters, but this time my Shogun got a counter, guys, because what happens is anytime a monster is summoned where the red arrows are for him, so if I special summon a 6 Samurai here, or in this zone, he gets a counter, additional 2, so that gives me additional counters each time as well. So I'm going to remove 2 counters again. I'll remove the counter off of him. I'll remove the counter off of United. And we're going to remove the 2 counters off of Gateway. Alright, so then we're going to summon Kaizen, guys. Again, and we'll get our counters back. How many counters do we have? I think we have... As long as we have 10, we can do our next move. So let's see, we have 2, 3, 7, 8, which I'll get 1 for him too, so that's fine. Alright guys, so we'll go ahead and do it. So I'm going to Syncro summon. We're going to do our first Syncro summon. So before I go into that, I'll show you what I'll play. What I'm going to play. Let's do... Alright. What I'm going to play next, guys, just to make sure he didn't have like something that's going to blow up our field, like a Eternal Tribute or something that could, do us some harm, is I'm going to play the legendary 6 Samurai Shin. So how the synchros work, guys, is you need a tuner and a non-tuner monster. Both of them together, you take their levels. So like, for example, I'm about to use a level... You have to, basically they have to equal 5. Anything that, as far as the levels, have to equal 5. So I'm going to use a level 4, which is my Kaizen, and I'm going to use a level 1 Shin monster. I'm going to bring back from the graveyard our tuner, and I'm going to play him, guys. So let me just kind of play him. It'll make more sense as you kind of see it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to activate Gateway, guys. This time I'm going to use its other effect, as I can remove 6 counters on the field, and I can bring back a 6 Samurai or like a Shin monster from the graveyard, special summon to my side of the field. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to bring Shin's skull back. That's why I sent him to the graveyard. It's purposely for this particular move. So we can kind of do our infinite little Syncro / special summon. This way you guys can kind of see that strategy too. I'm going to basically go full board on him, which is why I'm playing this card, to make sure he can't stop us. Hopefully I'm trying to not make any mistakes like I did yesterday's stream, because I was explaining so much focused on telling you guys what I'm doing. I ended up making too many mistakes, so that's why I wanted to redo in today's live stream as well. Alrighty. Alright, let's go ahead and do some more, guys. Let's go ahead and get some more counters out. So let's play another Kaizen, and then I'm going to Syncro again. We're going to Syncro again, guys. This time we'll go into probably Naturia Beast is what I'll go into. So remember, I want to play them where the red arrow points, guys, so we get that extra counter on our battle Shogun. It's very important that we get that because those extra counters do help us out. So we got 3, 4, 6, 7, so it's still not enough. Let's use our quick play card, guys, because we need some extra counters going. We'll use it to special summon Grandmaster from the deck. This will give us the counters that we need to do the extra move. I could still do it later on, but for time purposes, I'm going to go ahead and play the spell card in my hand, guys. Just for time purposes, I don't have to, but I'm just doing it to make it faster. So I'm going to remove the 6 counters, guys. We're going to bring back our Shin Tuner monster again. So we're going to bring him back again, guys. And if you guys look at him, I'll make it bigger so you guys can see. You can see on the card, guys, it'll always say like warrior, and then it'll say tuner or whatever type of monster it is. In this case, he's a warrior, and it shows a tuner. So you always want to look on the card, and it'll show you if it's a tuner monster. If it doesn't say tuner, it's not a tuner monster. But you want to make sure you look and see if it's a tuner. So I'm going to Syncro again, guys. We're going to go into my Naturia Beast. You can see Naturia Beast has to be 1 Earth Tuner and 1 plus more non-Earth Tuner monsters, yet against level 5. So we have to get rid of monsters equal to 5. As you can see, I have that because Kaizen's a level 4, and Shin Squall's only Squire, sorry, is only a level 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So we're gonna go ahead and make him next, guys. There he is. Remember, all this is still on our first turn, guys. If you look down at the bottom, you can see this is my first turn because our opponent went first and then we went. So we got this, that. So next, guys, what I'm going to do, we're going to link summon again, guys. This time I'm going to go into my Union Carrier move that I call it, and we're going to destroy. This is the part of the infinite special summon move that I do with this deck, and / destruction. I'm going to destroy our opponent's entire board. So how I'm going to do that is with the Union Carrier. Go. I'll make it big so you guys can see it. He's another link monster. He's a link level 2. If you notice, his arrows are in different spots than the others, which is going to come in handy in a little bit of the other moves that I'm going to do in a little bit for us. But he's made with 2 monsters with the same type or attribute, and so he's very easy to play. I'm just going to use 2 Kaizens to make him, basically, because they're the same card, so it matches everything that we need, and it's very easy for us to do. So we'll go ahead and do that really quickly, guys. Alright, and we'll get our counters back up since we were getting kind of low there for a little bit. Alright, and then we're going to special summon, guys. Union Carrier, so we want to get rid of both our Kaizens like we talked about. They go to the graveyard, remember, guys, when you go to link summon. So Union Carrier is going to come. So it's very important, guys, when you play, like when you're doing this, especially if you're doing this or using a Samurai deck, to use the strategy, or just any deck when you're using cards when you're paying attention when you're link summoning with the arrows. You want to make sure you're playing smart, because if I played it over here, it would open up this zone, but obviously I already have Naturia Beast in there, and we don't want to get rid of Naturia Beast. So it's very important that I leave this card open over here, the spot over here open. We'll eventually get rid of Grandmaster here in a second, but for right now we need him for our next move. So we're going to go ahead and use the Union Carrier's effect, guys. I'm going to add it to my Shin on the far right because it's out of the way. And this is where we can do an infinite. This is what's going to allow us to do our infinite special summon to continue, plus us destroy their field. As I'm going to attach Shinai over to him, which also gives him an extra 1,000 attack points due to Union Carrier's effect. So what I'm going to do, guys, now is I'm going to add Mizuho from my deck to my hand. So we're going to remove 4 counters to be able to do that. And then all we're going to do is just keep doing the same thing over and over, guys, until we destroy their entire field, and then I'm going to hit him directly, basically with everything. I'll also end up playing. I may play Appaloosa as well, just so I can explain how Appaloosa works. and explain the higher link ratings as well, since I'm doing this as a tutorial of how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Plus use the 6 Samurai deck, guys. So I'll probably play Appaloosa here in a second too. We'll go ahead and destroy their face down card first. I'm gonna negate it, guys, so we'll negate it with an Naturia Beast. Alright, so we're just gonna keep doing this, guys. So I'm gonna activate Gateway again. We're gonna pull the other Mizuho from the deck to our hand. And then we're just gonna destroy it. We're gonna tribute the other Mizuho, guys, and that's how we're gonna keep being able to do this until basically our opponent doesn't have any more cards. So I'm gonna activate this one's effect. We're gonna get rid of the one on the field. We're gonna use it to destroy his face down card because we don't want him drawing any extra cards just in case he may get something. So we'll go ahead and activate Gateway again, guys, to pull the Mizuho we just tributed from the graveyard back to our hand. Alright, so we're going to bring her back. I'll have to go all the way to the end because she's going to be at the very end. Let me know if I go too fast, guys, or too slow. I'm just trying to go at a nice steady pace. I know it's very involved what I'm doing, but it's also a lot to take in, especially if you're new or just getting back to Yu-Gi-Oh! But let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to see more stuff like this, me just kind of breaking down my decks and how to play the game. That's really what mostly my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel is focused on. Alright, so we've got all that, guys. So we've destroyed all their monsters at this point. So what we can do is we can do a little bit of more stuff. So let's go and go into Appaloosa. Let's go and play Appaloosa, guys. So we'll play Appaloosa really quick, just so you guys can see it and how the link ratings work. So we'll pull up Appaloosa after I special summon. We'll bring back Kaizen to our hand, a special summon. Okie dokies. Alright, guys, so we're going to look at Appaloosa. So let's look at Appaloosa. So with Appaloosa, guys, this is how the link ratings work when you play something higher than like a 1 or a 2, for example. They require more monster cards. So what happens, like if you read Appaloosa, it says 2+ monsters with different names except for tokens, meaning we can't use tokens to play her, and we have to have different monsters in order to play her. So basically, you would need literally 4 different monsters to summon her because she's a link 4. But since, guys, we have a link monster already on the field that's a link 2, right? So if I go to show details, you guys can see where it says link 2 at the top. For our Battle Shogun, I can choose to, when I go to play Appaloosa, you'll see that the game's going to prompt me. Do I want to use Battle Shogun as a 1 or a 2 when I go to? So I can count it as 2 monsters since it's a link monster. If it was a link 3, I could count it for 3, for example. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, let me know down below in the comments, guys. But I'll show you so you can see. So now I'm going to go to Special Summon. Now I'm going to select Appaloosa. So we're going to do Battle Shogun. I know you guys can see it says treat Battle Shogun as 2 materials. If I hit yes, which is what I'm going to do, it's going to count it as 2. If I hit no, it's only going to count it as 1, and I would need 4 individual monsters in order to play Appaloosa. So I'm going to hit yes, and you'll see as soon as I hit yes, guys, the two things at the top, the little zone things, turn red. So we've got him. I'm going to use Kaizen, and we'll get rid of our Mizuho as well too. So that counts as 4, since our link monster counted as 2 monsters. So now we'll special summon Appaloosa. Appaloosa gets 24 attacks since she technically was only played by 3 monsters. I only use 3 different monsters, guys, even though our Battle Shogun counted as 2. It just counts 2 to get for the summon. It doesn't give her the extra 800 points, just in case you're wondering. But let's go ahead and finish her off, guys. I'll go ahead and use the dojo, and then we'll use it to special summon Grandmaster from the deck. Just to do it, just because. And we'll send this to the graveyard too, guys, to draw 2 cards to see what we can get. We get the Great Shogun Shin, so a really good board to end on too, guys. Alright, so we'll go ahead and attack with everything for game, guys. I hope you guys found this very very informative and you guys love this video. I just took this from the live stream that I'm doing with you guys now, but I'm going to re-upload this to Twitch and to YouTube. So if you guys are watching that there, please just let me know down below in the comments if you guys would love to see me doing more slower videos like this, where I just kind of break down what I'm doing with the game and how to play the game, and why I'm able to do certain moves and why I play a certain way. Just let me know down below in the comments. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you haven't already, and get subscribed. Follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch. But I'll definitely do more things, throughout this stream, and I'll upload more stuff like this to YouTube and Twitch. But just let me know what you guys think down in the comments.